Okay, this is how to do this. It's a Master V4. This is the DS200. So I just take where you're gonna have to take. Uh, I have this apart right now, but let's say you have the seat and stuff, right? All you gotta do is take the batteries out. So just think the batteries are out, okay? And you still got the seat, right? It makes it a lot easier to get to this bolt right here, right? Once you take the battery out, you can get to these bolts a lot easier. This is almost impossible without the battery being removed. And it's just a couple bolts that hold the battery right there. Two on the top, disconnect it. This is the best way to do it. I find it the easiest. And you get to fine tune it as best as you can and whatever, you know. But this is the way the bracket is supposed to go, okay? So these are supposed to face up, okay? Now I think if you put it on this one, you're gonna get a little more less smoothness. I think this is a little harder or something like that, but I don't know. But I put it on this one because that's the one I've seen it. But the thing is, you got to make sure that this part right here is the left side. So this is the back of the wheel. So you got to make sure that this is facing down. And when you put it together, you know, you'll know that these should face out, these little wings, you know. It almost looks like these would go around this part, but they don't. That's how they go. So that goes like that, comes around. Then you got that cut groove on the bottom part, not the top part. Remember, I had it on the top. That's why you can see I kind of scraped it up because I put it backwards. I had to get a hold of E-wheels. They said there's no videos up, so I figured I put this up. But yeah, you got on all these brackets too, on the face side of the screw where it's tightening, you got to put one of these little things that comes with the kit. So make sure you have one. See how there's one there, and one there, right? The only place you don't have one is right there. That's it. But everywhere else you do. So another thing to remember is I'm using my phone. I ain't no special effects flipping guy. But yeah, so you got your air always on the bottom, okay? Make sure you don't put it on top. But you're on the bottom. There's your two little adjustments. And then you'll have a plastic spacer in between these. Okay, I haven't tightened it down yet, so it's kind of still a little wiggly. I'll show you how you tighten that down in a second. But once you tighten it down, this spring creates so much pressure that all this shit locks up really good. You'll see in a second. But yeah, that's how it goes, man. So this, I would have thought they would have another thing here with this, but all you have is one here and one here. Okay. And these little plastics go inside the groove. You'll know you're doing it right because they go inside the groove of this thicker part. So the thicker part goes to the top. The thinner little part that has this little hook part goes to the bottom, right? And this is how you adjust it. So you got to get like a little Allen, you know, and that's tightening. That's giving pressure. So if you want to loosen it, I would assume you would go the other way, right? Righty tighty, lefty loosey. It's just a little weird because you're doing it upside down. But yeah, once you tighten it up, this all tighten up on you, and then you'll be nice and tight, you know. But I always, I'm telling you, not always, but I always like working on these things like this. And if I have to remove crap just to get to it, it's fine. There's only a couple screws that hold the top up. You know, you disconnect the 4 batteries, you take the 2 batteries off the side, then it gives you all that room to work with what you got to do. And if you have to pry on this down to align this, right? So see how that bracket is there? So you would put something there and then just give it a little push, just a little push. It won't break this, you know, just give it a little push and it'll wiggle in there, you know, to get this one in there. And what you do is you loosen the hell out of this, so it's super loose. So it almost goes in without having to do that. I actually got it all the way up to the top. Just this last little portion, I just gave it the little jiggle, and boom, it went in there. I might have not even needed it. So I seen that 2 cells, 1 pack. He pried on it to get it, but that's because I don't know. Maybe he didn't loosen this thing up. I don't know. He can tell me. I don't know. I'm not trying to knock on him. I love his videos. Him and his girl. I watch them all the time. But yeah, this is the DS200 on the Master. Remember, the 2 screws go on the top. You know, this goes out the back, and then this bottom one has a spacer, right? And so does this one up here. Okay, you just can't see it maybe, but there's a spacer that spaces this bracket, you know, in between there, right? And then you have a little plastic little spacer in there, and that's it. So there's one plastic spacer there, one here, you know, and that's it. And when you tighten them up, man, they'll spin still. So you'll put one Allen on this side and one on the other side, or whatever the hell these things are, T4s or whatever damn things, I don't even remember. But whatever these are, you'll have to hold back on one side when you're tightening them up. And once they tighten up, they tighten up. Don't over crank them. They'll still spin. They'll still spin. Once you do that full torquing of this right here, once you tighten that sucker up as much as you want. Now, I'm almost there. I'm not going to tighten it too much because I want to have a really soft ride. So I'm going to try to not tighten it so much. But you got your adjustments here too. So I hope this helps somebody, because I wouldn't have been able to do it by myself. There's nothing on this for the Master V4. I've talked a lot, so I'm not good on videos. That's why I don't do a lot. But hope this helps somebody. Peace and happy riding always. Mikey.